we're checking over this little pump because it's not working properly, it's not been starting. It's been tripping the overload. They've got a little overload somewhere. Here it is. Pump reset, it's under here. Anyway, took the cover off and capacitor's blown up, 10 microfarad. Some very interesting wiring in here by the look of things. So earth wire coming in, earth to the motor. Oh, and they also run the dump valve in here as well. That's our live for the pump, that's our neutral for the pump, that's our neutral for the dump valve, so live for the dump valve here. And they've got this capacitor here run off a bit of earth wire, which is it's not really legal. That's our capacitor wire, comes out the motor windings. With some tape around it. Well, I think it says it all really. So it's got the same thing going on under there. Some people should not be allowed to work on anything technical really. Now let's get that sorted out. So new capacitor 10.17. It's 10 UF. 10 microfarads, so we've got some crimps on there and some tape around it. We've not got one with flex coming out. A couple of tails on there, and then we'll get this wired into here and give it a try. I think we'll clean the filters out behind here first and check the spray head, and then we'll run it for a wash and make sure it works okay. That's the little filter that goes in the solenoid valve. It's on the end of this hose. There's two solenoids underneath there. I've done the other one, that was quite clean. That's the other one. You have to pay to keep these clean because there's no level sensor on it. They just take, you know, like 3 or 4 minutes of water, so if the filter's blocked you take less water in, and they can get to the point where they don't take enough in to wash properly. So we'll get that cleaned and put that back in. Put 2 new tubes in these pumps, peristaltic pumps, because they go flat after a while. And we've run some hot water down the alkaline tube to dissolve the crystals. This chemical crystallises after time, so you get they look like salt crystals, and they can get so bad they block the tube up. So I think it's worse in this one because that tends to it only goes down to that tube at the bottom. I think it tends to drain out and air gets in there and then it dries out and crystallises, whereas the supply one's always wet because one end's in the drum and the other end's sealed off by where the hose is pinched. Anyway, so we'll get this cleaned and put back in, and then we'll see if that pump works after putting that new capacitor on there. Looks like we've had a visit from the Cap Bandit. He's gone transatlantic. I wonder they don't get a shock off of that looking at it. Just checking the spray head, if we can zoom in. But it looks like there's something in the bottom, in that bottom groove. So I'll have to climb in the tank and have a look. That's the spray head. Got your various grooves and holes to get a spray pattern. I really wouldn't like to say what that is. Doesn't look very nice, whatever it is. I'm just checking these two units over on the same tank. First thing I spotted was that cap sat there. So I'm going to look round for where that's come from, and whoever's worked on it last has not put the cap back on the suction valve. 3-phase ZR49s. Check the fan capacitors because they're single phase. There's not much to do to them really. I just spotted this little old unit down here, looks Frigidaire